A few months ago, when people started speculating that Elon Musk will buy or create his own social media platform, many thought it was just a joke and that it would never happen. But now, after Elon bought Twitter, every time there is a rumor about Musk making a big decision, people are not that skeptical anymore. That's why when Elon posted that next he is buying Coca-Cola and maybe even McDonald's, it does not seem that impossible anymore. With that, today Elon Musk revealed his next moves regarding upcoming big changes on Twitter, and these changes are mind-boggling. If there is one company that McDonald's has a friendly relationship with since its foundation, it's Coca-Cola. That's what Ray Kroc always wanted since he bought the company from Richard and Maurice McDonald's. That's why McDonald's has the most delicious Coca-Cola you can find. Their strong business relationships made it possible. So, probably it's no coincidence that Elon Musk teased to buy exactly these companies. So what are Elon Musk's plans? First of all, many people took both of these tweets as jokes, and they might be right, but with Elon being such an unpredictable and at the same time very calculated businessman, who can say that it was not a teasing of something big? Is Elon playing some kind of chess game here? Well, when people started asking him directly about whether he will buy McDonald's or not, Elon answered that it's not that easy and he cannot do miracles. But can Elon Musk buy either of these companies? Well, in spite of the fact that he is the richest man in the world, it is very unlikely that Elon has the financial resources to buy 100% of these companies. For now, market capitalization of McDonald's is around $182 billion, and the market capitalization of Coca-Cola is around $283 billion. But it does not mean that Elon cannot buy part of these companies, or even become the biggest shareholder of McDonald's and Coca-Cola. For now, the biggest shareholder of Coca-Cola is Warren Buffett. His company Berkshire Hathaway conglomerate owns approximately 10% of Coca-Cola, a stake worth $22 billion. And the Vanguard Group owns 8.9% stake in the McDonald's, with more than $15 billion worth of stake. So, since Elon bought Twitter with $44 billion, of course, these are not the numbers that Musk cannot deal with, and of course, who knows what will happen. Another reason Elon posted these tweets about buying Coca-Cola and McDonald's is related to his advertising power. He is trying to make everyone talk about him. Everywhere you go, in magazines, TV news, social media platforms, everyone is talking about Elon Musk buying Twitter. And this public attention is perfect for Elon's brand and, more importantly, for his companies. For Tesla, SpaceX, Boring Company, and others. Elon Musk once said that he does not spend money on advertising. Well, that's because he is a genius advertiser himself. Moreover, people throughout social media platforms are very excited about upcoming changes on Twitter, and since Elon Musk has so much support in this endeavor, it raises the question as to why people don't like Twitter the way it is and are so open to all of Musk's ideas for changes. There are many things on Twitter that people are criticizing, and probably Elon Musk will address most of them because he is one of the most active proponents of these changes that people want. Today, Elon Musk announced a few big changes on Twitter, and one of them is related to direct messaging. As Elon said, Twitter will adapt the system that social app Signal is using, where messages will have end-to-end encryption, and they will be far safer than they are now. As Elon said, Twitter DMs should have end-to-end encryption like Signal, so no one can spy on or hack your messages. The first, and perhaps the biggest thing that Musk has suggested to improve the site, is to have the algorithm be open source. In other words, the code for the algorithm will be open for the public to see and available for criticism from the general public. The idea here is that since deciding the coefficients in the algorithm is such a hefty task, it should be open to democracy, with people being able to suggest changes and see why the algorithm performs as it does. Also, there is one more issue that a more average user of Twitter would notice, and that is the blending of the important and the pointless. Every query, news report, and mundane complaint is given the same amount of attention, and every tweet is vying for your attention. This makes Twitter a terrible place to get your news, and despite this, Twitter is still being used by many people to gather their news, and by celebrities to announce their thoughts and plans. Elon talked many times that he will put a great deal of work into the Twitter algorithm, and Musk is planning to create a system that will make this aspect of the platform less criticized. Another thing that Musk put forward as a change was the idea of turning Twitter into a subscription-based model, meaning that the site would no longer harvest data and run advertisements to make its money back. This is a criticism which is leveled more at Facebook, but it can't be denied that Twitter also gathers and sells users' data to third parties to make its money. This is a despised feature of Twitter, whether it is by those who hate advertisements or those who hate their data being sold like a commodity throughout the internet. Musk has also questioned the idea of putting in an edit button, a small annoyance that people have been asking for. That's why Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter is so important, the idea being that with a new CEO in place, some of Twitter's most hated problems might finally be on the road to getting fixed. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe.